My poor Maserati has been sitting here for the better half of about a month and a half. But this is hopefully gonna get it running again. This poor thing's been sitting here for so long. There's a I can't know if you can tell. There's a daddy long leg. Well, not even daddy long leg. There is a spider crawling up my car. So to recap what happened and why I need an ignition lock is I am 99% confident this is going to fix the problem. I am 99% confident this is going to fix the problem. I went to Chipotle on lunch at work and I ordered online. I showed up, I got there, and then went in, got my food, came back, car wouldn't start. It's like the ignition wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't light up my dash. It wouldn't give power to the dash. It wouldn't do nothing. Using some of my things through work, I cannot get any info for this car. I can't find any wiring diagrams. I can't find any repair procedures, nothing. The only people that truly get access to it is Maserati themselves. The only thing I could get access to is a Maserati tech info. I pay like $100. I get like a 24-hour access to it. However, I don't quite really know what to search. You know, I can't get really codes, or I really can't get any codes. I can't really get access or power to a scanner because I need to put my key in the ignition and turn power on to give it power. So the only thing I can realistically try is a new ignition lock. So I'm thinking, let's just dive right into it. So to get to access to the ignition lock here, I don't think it's actually gonna be that hard. I see 3 bolts here. They're Allen, so 1, 2, 3, and it should theoretically separate here and, you know, open up kind of like a clam, and I can lift this up this way and obviously pull this down and then give me access to that guy. Well, my hypothesis was correct. However, this is where we're sitting. There's my ignition lock that I am trying to replace, and a couple of connectors. It's honestly kind of scary to look at, but we will get this done. It's kind of cool to see, you know, this open, because obviously you don't ever really see it. Now, as you can see, bunch of tools later, we got the top off of the steering column, and we can now see these bolts right there, that round one right there. That one is a security threat bolt, meaning it's really not meant to come out. So I gotta try to somehow get a little notch in it, like I already have been, to be able to spin it. They shouldn't be that tight, but it's not gonna be fun at all. That took way too long to cut these bolts out. Not even cut them out, cut a notch in them to get them out. You know, I don't quite remember where I left off when I was recording, but I'll find out when I'm editing. I had to take the whole gauge cluster out just to get enough room to get back here and cut the bolts. This one was just a pain. Like, nowhere near as much room as the other one, but I did get it out. You know, you can kind of see the cut marks I had to do to get a screwdriver on there and turn it. Just terrible to do. Now, if anybody is wondering, you know, what kind of bolts is this? Why is it round like that? These are theft security bolts. So from factory, there are a socket bit on top of it, and they torque it until it snaps off. That way, you know, technically, you're really not supposed to remove these. But in my scenario of having to replace ignition lock, we have to remove them. Thank the Lord. I finally got this thing out. So now we can go ahead and install the new one, matching up parts. You know, they're identical. Thank God this thing is finally out. This thing has been the absolute death of me. Time to reverse the whole procedure. Well, kind of at a loss. New ignition switch is in, and I know it works because the key that came with it, it reads the key and allows me to turn it, whereas my original key will not turn the new one. So, good sign is, I guess, ignition lock works. Bad sign is I still have no power to my steering column or dash. So, I am going to recheck every fuse in this car in hopes maybe I missed one. Whew, this is what? Day 3 of fixing the Maserati? I mean, who am I kidding? It's realistically like, you know, month and a half or so since it broke down. Day 45, day 30. To be fair, I haven't been working on it that much because I just haven't had a lot of time. But day 3 of actually working on it, and boom! Wait, that's not the Maserati. Oh, you're right. It's over there. It's fixed and running again. There, I got it fixed, and I will show you what the actual problem was. Thankfully, it wasn't the actual ignition switch, so I will be sending that back. All signs pointed towards it. Just out of a little bit of frustration on myself, I realistically could have found the problem way sooner, but you live and you learn. But yeah, I swapped the Corvette with the Maserati just so I can have it over there in the actual garage with the other cars. Here she is, back on the road, like I said. So again, super simple fix. I kind of kicked myself for not finding this earlier, but like I said, you know, you live and you learn. And the problem is actually in the back where the battery is. Trunk, if we lift up where the battery sits, and underneath here, there is a 125 amp fuse that was blown. So like I said, I should have found this earlier, but the way it was acting and what other people told me, it sounds like an ignition switch, is why I went ahead and tried that. But when I put the new one in, didn't work, so then I dug around more and then found that. So as soon as I replaced that, instant power. The other problem is the battery that was in the car when I bought it, I just changed out, was not the battery that was supposed to be in it. This is a Group 49 AGM battery. The one that was in it was a Group 48 non-AGM battery, the completely wrong battery. So I put the right one in there and fixed the fuse, and boom, problem solved. So we can just hop on in, key in the ignition, and starts right up. And I couldn't be happier that this thing is back on the road and driving again. This thing is so much fun to drive. Yeah, I like to say, you know, do I sell it or whatnot, but this thing I absolutely love. It's a blast to drive, and I can't wait to make more content with it. And I think that's a great way to end the video, with the Maserati running again, and more videos to come soon on it. But just like that, this video's over.